Oh, not another one of your Cinderella stories. Oh, well, that's different. I thought you might be intrigued by Bigfoot's Cinderella. Well, maybe just a little bit. I'll stick around while you read. Please start now. Oh, all right, well, if Maleficent says start now, we must start right now. Oh, for the California grizzly, now extinct, and all those who protect the old-growth forest. And this one here, JW, that's the illustrator, dedicated to their lovely new daughter. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, don't you just love when stories start that way? Once upon a time, in the old-growth forest, a band of Bigfoots lived. An enormous snag towered above the other trees close to their camp. Inside its hollow halls of bark lived a dashing Bigfoot prince. Oh, he was tall and dark as a Douglas fir, with feet like cedar stumps. He was as odoriferous as his tree home was coniferous, and so horrendously hairy that Bigfoot women near and far longed to marry him. That's right. These are the attributes of a handsome Bigfoot. Ginormous feet, ginormous smell. Whenever they saw him lurching along, they blocked his path like deadfalls. They draped wildflowers around themselves. They batted their matted eyelashes to stun him into love. But the prince loved nature best. "No pig flowers!" he bellowed at them in a voice as rough as bark. In this place, there lived a Bigfoot woman and her 3 daughters. Well, really, there were only 2 that were hers. The third was a stepchild. The daughters were puny things with dinky feet, almost furless, as Bigfoots go, and as sour as little green berries. They spent their days bathing and picking their teeth with fish bones and sleeking their fur with pine cones. For fun, they threw rocks at spotted owls. Whoo! The stepdaughter was just the opposite. Nearly as woolly as a mammoth, golden as a banana slug. Look at that. With feet like log canoes. She loved nature and would do no harm to any creature. Interesting. So these are her daughters, and they're kind of skinny and small compared to the big stepdaughter here. Her stepsisters despised her, and they made her work. Although her name was Ella, they roared at her so much that everybody called her Rella. Rella, fix fire! Rella, catch fish! They forced her to comb her fur and stick wildflowers in it. If she tugged them out, they put back in twice as many. In spite of this primping, Rah was sooty from the fire and stinking with fish. So they teased her like stinging mosquitoes. "You beast!" They laughed, ha, and held their noses. "You positive reek! You absolute freak!" Then they bathed her a lot in the creek. Eek! I don't get it. Why they're putting flowers in her? Because I don't understand. One morning, Rella went to the river to get supper. She fished all day and tossed her catch into the bank on a silvery pile. Wow, nice big pile. Suddenly, roar! A grizzly bear appeared. He seemed hungry. Rella was bigger than the bear, so she could have shooed him away, but she was too kind. She let him have the fish. When she shambled home empty-handed, what? She let him have all the fish? Oh, too much generosity. He could have had just some. That was rude to this guy to come, not do any of the work, and eat all her fish. Ugh, there's no balance. All right, moving on. When she shambled home empty-handed, her sisters rubbed their bellies and bellowed, "Food, food, food!" They forced her to fish all night. Now, every year, the Bigfoot Prince gave a great fun fest. There were gifts and food and games like Jump the Fire, Bear Cave, Hide and Seek, and Hurl the Hemlock. But log rolling was the favorite. This year, whichever woman rolled the prince off of a log and into the river would become his wife. Oh, what an interesting test that would be. Rella's puny sisters hoped to dunk the prince. Good luck with that. When me snack putrid furball prince, me rule whole tree place, yelled the older one. Me pick all flower, the younger one grinned. Then they bellowed together, power, power, power! So, They smoothed their pitiful fur, then spruced up with wildflowers and wearing fine bark clogs to grip the log, they clomped to the festival. "Me go too?" Rella hollered after them. She adored to sweat and win at games. I only like the winning at games part myself, not the sweating. Her sisters hooted so hard they fell down. "You say, catch plenty fish, we catch prince, ha 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 ha." Oh, how Rella longed to go. Sadly, she stared at the river. She saw a fish, boom, jump. She made a wish on the fish. "Me wish go fun fest, me wish dunk prince." "Heartfelt wish is a true wish," growled a gruff voice. "And so, you go." What? Rella spun around. She was staring at a bear, the very one she had given fish. "Who you?" she asked. "Me, your Beary Godfather." Really? I did not see that coming. Rella was overjoyed, then underjoyed. She mumbled, "Me got no bark clogs to keep on log, feet's too big." "No be bug brain," snorted her godfather. He swiped the air with a paw, and instantly an enormous pair of clogs appeared. Rella tried them on, and of course, they fit perfectly. Then the grizzly waved a paw over her, and poof! The wildflowers she wore were dust. He patted and matted her fur, and it tangled like the very forest floor. Oh, she's trying to look as hideous as possible. I get it. Different standard of beauty among the Bigfoots. She boomed, "Thanks!" and gave him a crunching hug. "Be back sundown," he warned, "or you be like sisters make you. No furry and smelly, but plenty flowery." Oh, I see. Those sisters were trying to make her smell good so she'd be less attractive. Oh. Rella wasn't worried. She had lots of time. She skipped off, shaking the whole forest as she went. At the fun fest, there were Bigfoot women from every clan. Look at this thing. Wow, it is well attended. The games had begun. One by one, the women leaped onto a log where the prince crouched, ready. One by one, he dumped them into the water. Rella's stepsisters hated games. But to catch the prince, they'd do anything. Even give logs a twirl. And they hoped a good drenching might even wash off his stench. But they never got the chance. When their turn came, the prince saw their wildflower chains and glowered. He tossed them in the water, snarling, "No pig flowers!" That's right. He doesn't want the flowers to be hurt. The day grew late. Everyone had tried to win. Everyone had failed. Then the Bigfoot prince rumbled, "Rats! No bride!" He was about to slouch home when, thunk, Rella bounded onto the log, pounding her chest and whooping, "Me dunk prince!" Grunting with all her might, she spun the log like a big twig. Then she gave it a twist, and floop! The prince flopped into the river. There was a stunned silence. The Bigfoots were slow-witted, so it took them a while to figure out what had just happened, and when at last they did, they began to chant, "Bride! Bride! Bride!" The sun was setting. Rella saw that and rushed into the dense trees, shrieking, "Eek!" just as her matted fur went sleek and wildflowers began to sprout. The prince lurched from the water, dripping and crushed. His dream woman, shaggy as a forest floor, smelly as a fish, and strong, was gone. Scratching his craggy head, he slumped down on a boulder. "Drat, drat, drat!" He gnashed his mossy teeth. "Where'd my stinking beauty go?" Then he saw one big bark clog. Ah! Hers. Now perhaps he could find his princess. The prince shuffled from snag to snag, cave to cave, lugging the lost clog. But though all the Bigfoot women tried it on, it was too large for anyone. The moment he reached Rella's cave, her stepmother and stepsisters pounced on the prince, wrestled the clog from him, and jumped into it eagerly. Their feet were so small, they all fit at once. Ha 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 ha, laughable. Then Rella bounded up, yelling, "Me try, me!" She did, and her foot fit the clog like a seed in a pod. Ah! When she pulled out its mate, the Bigfoot prince knew he had found his bride. He thumped his chest and roared with joy. The stepsisters roared too. In tantrums, they yanked up some wildflowers and saplings. Their mother kicked the prince black and blue. Oh, wow. A little nasty bunch, eh? Soon, there was a rowdy wedding in the old-growth forest. Everyone was invited. Even Rella's stepmother and stepsisters could come, if they followed these rules carefully. No pig flower, no poultry, no kick royal family. The end. And they lived happily ever. Don't say it. Don't say it. You're going to say it, aren't you? After. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed this strange version of Cinderella. I mean, I like that she wasn't all delicate and poor me and also pretty, and aren't I cute, and aren't I prettier than my stepmother? I mean, I appreciated that part, but frankly, storyteller, yes, Maleficent, it was just really weird. Yeah, it was a little bit unusual, I have to say. Well, kid, see you next time on... What? You know I don't do it. Come on. No. Oh, fine, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. Oh, are you using reverse psychology on me? That doesn't work. I'm not going to do it. Fine, I'll do it. See you next time on... KidTime StoryTime. Oh, I couldn't resist. Oof, oof.